that in Moscow and had been granted asylum. The U.S. military has about 900 troops stationed.
Syria, Syria, dance to the music. Syria, let's watch out for bicyclists who might be too dumb to preserve themselves. I don't know. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Kelly, what is going on? Come on in. Hey, Ronnie. Like a horse. Hey, Shimei. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. Let's go. Let's go to the show. You're liking that American football, huh? Ravens get a well-needed bye week. It's a great time of year to have a week off. We have the dreaded Pittsburgh Steelers. They keep winning. So let me fix this orientation. Man, this is such a pain. Yeah, thumbs up or appreciate if you're coming in. Let's get it right off the bat tonight. Let's get it. We're going to have some crab soup, which is going to be deliscable. Over here and get this thing tended to really quick. Our orientation, and then we're going to lock it, and there we go. That should be it. I don't think on a reverse that the camera is going to be correct, but I don't know what to do about it. I don't know. So yeah, please hit the thumbs up button. Hello, Elmer. Guten Nacht in Deutschland. Oh, Shimei, you're killing me with that. You're absolutely decimating me with that. Did you get your Russell Wilson jersey? Oh, talk about being reborn. I always knew he was a good quarterback. He just needed the right coaching to make it happen. And guess what? He's got the right coaching. So Bobby will be there at 6. We're going to begin cooking at 5:15. It's going to take about 45 minutes. So when Bobby comes, we're just about ready to eat. I do have a little bit of some baguette. So the Niners are looking pretty good-ish against the Bears today. So there were only a couple minutes left in that game, but the Bears ain't all that. Anybody know what the Broncos did today? My boy Bo Nix. Wow, look at this, Sean. I can't see a damn thing here. My boy Bo Nix. Let's get a Redbox. Alright, this coffee's gonna be good. This coffee's gonna be good. Please hit the thumbs up button if you're just coming in. I think it's the believe it's the 8th today, the 8th or the 9th. Let me see what the hell today is. It is the 8th of DCM, right? right, here we are. Oh, are you talking to yourself, Ramsey? To mini dispenser. Wouldn't that be? That's a hell of an idea right there. All right, here we go. Guy's got himself a few sugar drinks there. That's a trip on the Diabetes Express, that job right there. How is your meat? We're going to have some nice crab soup tonight. I'm going to make plenty of it, so I have it during the week. Redbox was a movie rental company that the DVD would come out of the slot, but it went tits up. But now, who's going to pay to remove all these Redbox things, right? So they now have a workaround code that you can go up and get movies out of it, right? I don't want to say you're cheating the system, but Syria, yes, a civil war. Well, Assad is in Russia. He's going to like life there, right? That'll be a miserable experience for him. So I don't know what it portends for the future. There's a lot of moving parts on the board. I know Israel took advantage of this to grab the buffer zone between the Golan Heights and Israel. And also the United States took the opportunity to bomb these ISIS camps there. So, to me, in my way of thinking, it's always a losing proposition. You know, no matter what you do, you're never going to eliminate the problem. It's like a roach problem. You might kill the roaches that you see, but there's like 6 million other roaches around. All right, okay. So that's the problem. Please hit the like button. We're very low. We got 20 people. We only got 3 likes in here tonight. Unbelievably. Especially the content's been coming lately. Last night was unbelievable. I had one of the pot pies for breakfast today. It was absolutely delicious. So I pretty much have my meals for the week, right? Pretty much have my meals for the week. That's the good news. Do 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 do. Well, I don't really know a lot about Syria and Assad and all that stuff that was going on over there. There's so many moving parts on the board right now, Elmer. It's hard to keep track of it, right? I mean, we have a lot of shifts occurring. We have big problems in France. We've got what else? We got big problems in Korea. Here we are in the middle of all this swill, spending a fortune on all of this stuff. So who knows, right? Yeah, big problem. So they really need you, Ramsey, to get your superior intellect in there and get this solved up. Get your massive brain in the game. Get all this squared away. Yeah, thank you. Please hit the like button. It is very appreciated. I have a friend that says nothing but big problem. Well, that's it. It's like a porcupine. No matter how you try to grab it, you're going to have a problem. And, you know, I hate to say it, but with Zionism and the placement of Israel in the Middle East, what was in the Ottoman Turkish Empire, and forcibly taken by the British as a part of World War I's victory, and then turned over to United Nations partition mandate. You're never going to have peace over there. Never, ever, ever going to be able to have peace, because you just have, you have a nation of people that don't think like the rest of the people over there. To some extent, they're, Lebanon's a little different itself, but and there's a lot of Christians in Syria too. All right, here we go. Go ahead, dude. So Assad is in Russia, which is kind of kooky over there. I don't know why they would want this guy in their country. But certainly the Syrians want nothing to do with the Russians now. That just sealed Russia's fate over there in Syria. So that's that. When you take a guy like that in, whose family ruled with an iron fist for years, well, it keeps the money flowing. You're right. You're right, Gordon, but the problem is you have a tiger by the tail. You can't let go, right? If you let go, the whole thing just envelops like a blob around Israel, and that's the end of it, That's the end. It just suffocates you like a blob there, and then it's, for all intents and purposes, it's over. You really have to go all the way back to Herzl and the whole Zionism deal from the 1890s, 1880s, and 1890s to really get a grasp on the problem over there. And it is what it is. What's up? What's going on, Sergeant Valdez? How you doing tonight? So it's as much as I would like to say that eventually there'll be a peaceful solution, I think that whatever comes out will be as a result of tragic confrontations. Food is everywhere. Was feel good. They won't be hungry. No, there's something more that's going on here, and these are my opinions, of course. You have a very strong, Mohammedism is very strong in that area, and it's not going to be quelled. They don't mind if people die. What's going on, Naomi? To them, it's a price of, it's what you do, right? You're fighting for Allah, and right. I mean, we have that overlay. I'm doing good, Sergeant. It was a great day today. I got a lot of stuff done today. So, with that overtone on it, it's never going to stop until the one side or the other just exhausts itself. My head is big, but not in. You're good with the chef knife, and I have to tell you, Ramsey, you inspired me to do more and more with the chef knife. And I don't know. Yeah, you saw last night's. Last night was without a doubt the best thing that was ever produced in Kitchen Stadium. Everything went flawless on the making and the production. It was wonderful. I'm just making my niece a granny square. She picked the yarn colors out for me to do so. That's cool. You're highly skilled. So, and you have a lot of these countries that had a huge influx of people from the Middle East are having all kinds of problems, in like France and places like that, just basically keeping civil control. I was watching a guy today, I guess, and his girlfriend or his wife, they did a video from Paris, and they were talking about how much it's changed over the last 10 years. And there is just like a huge police, and I don't want to say army, but there's just a huge presence everywhere there. It's almost like living in a military compound, it looked to me. Right? They're going to all these tourist destinations. There's massive police presence. All that costs money, right? Yeah, Assad, well, you know, civil war is a tough thing. Everything in the world is, well, I'm just saying they did an interesting thing showing the police everywhere they went to look at some of the tourist stuff. There was gigantic, there were protests on the street while they were there, and there's all kinds of, there's actually areas of Paris where the police won't even go into anymore. It's just considered too dangerous to go into those areas. It's almost like in Hong Kong, you had the Kowloon walled city. Was the same way. The police would never enter there, so it was a lawless place. Right? It was the most densely populated, half square mile and half square mile in the world, and it was just impossible. Every country has good or bad people. Well, some people don't. Some people can't let go, Sergeant. Some people absolutely can't let go of what's going on in the world, and they want to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. But every year you can tell the forces opposed to Israel grow stronger and stronger in the Middle East, and the oil monies and all that stuff. Of course, oil's down a little bit now, but they'll never turn away from jihad. Jihad was a huge driver in World War I over there, right? The Turks couldn't wait when the war was declared to side with Germany, and the first thing they did was turn northward and try to invade Russia. Right? And a disastrous mountain campaign where thousands just froze to death up there with no proper equipment. Slab City, that's bullshit. Slab City has law. When I was in there, the Imperial County police were in there serving warrants and doing stuff. There's law there. Right. I went to Slab City. I did a whole popular series on Slab City, a day in Slab City, and it's not out of control. Right. Civilization, Sergeant, always depends on people. People, for the most part, doing the right thing. Civilization depends on people being civilized. Okay. As a British hero for the Middle Eastern World War I. It's when you look at things that have happened in the history of the world, the most underappreciated is World War I. It laid bare the raw, bloody roots for World War II. World War I was awful. I've drunken a Red Bull. Make way for the King Lion of food. I have to look into your life a little bit. I got to start watching some biopics on Gordon Ramsay. I got to understand this guy and how you shift gears from being a footballer who got smacked in the nuts and basically the career was over to, to wielding a chef knife and all that kind of. It should be a pretty fascinating story, right? I mean, I'm pretty much well grounded in Martha Stewart. Our country during World War I, but surprise attack happened against us. Well, I told you yesterday, Sergeant, the dumbest thing that Hitler did was on December 8th, when Roosevelt declared war on Japan, he had no intention of, there was no thought to declare war on Germany. There was no reciprocal agreements there was a defensive pact Germany had with Japan, but nothing that would say we come into the war. only if you're threatened. And Germany stupidly decided to declare war on the United States, and that was probably, besides the invasion of Russia, was probably the worst mistake that Hitler ever made. Right? Just dumb, just a stupid decision. So a lot of people don't realize that. Right. That was far different than World War I, where in April of 14th of 1917, Woodrow Wilson got up in Congress and declared war on Germany. And it was a far different situation. But the world will live forever with the consequences of this Middle East situation. And those people over there now, you have another generation of children that's being raised, what few there are in Gaza and Palestine, who they're never going to forget, man. They're never going to forget. And any chance that they have to stick it to Israel, they're going to stick it to them. They're breeding a new Hamas as we speak. And despite the fact that they preemptively in October of 2022 or 2023 are the ones that, that struck. So, yeah, Palestine and Ukraine. But I suspect Russia is just exhausting itself right now. There's less and less men there that are capable of fighting. More and more of them have fled to other places so that they can't be drafted into the war. It's very unpopular. And what was the gain for it? What was the gain? What was the gain, Elmer? What was the gain, Sergeant? Right? So I would say I don't think those hostages are ever coming back. I think they're just going to be filleted like fish at the end of it, and that'll be it. How you doing, Jen? Sad to say. But there's no heart for, it's a heartless way of doing business over there. It's like I don't give a I'm just going to do it. Well, that's, you try to do that stuff, Gordon Ramsay, and you see it ends up like Black Hawk Down in some Mogadishu, some shithole in Somalia. Trying to go these back alleys and all, and just you don't know where in hell you are. Right? It's a mess, man. It's a mess. You don't want to be in those kind. You want to let those places just fester and stew. Why do you want to jump into the middle of all that mess? So I would like to see how the average Israeli feels on the streets of Tel Aviv or Jerusalem, places like that now, and find out, what your feelings are about that. Because it's never going to end. It's never going to stop. And that, my friends, is really bad news for that area over there. So Assad is just it's just a minor play over there. It's not that big a deal. A lot of the country is relieved to have this guy gone. And the fact that he went to Russia just seals Russia's doom over in the Middle East. Right? We might not be the best, the U.S., but we're not at the bottom of the food chain now. That's for damn sure, right? So All we need is President-elect Trump to just stumble in there and, like a bull in a china shop, Indiana Jones in the Great Circle. I don't know. It's fascinating when you delve into the whole history of it. It's it's a very dark history. Any place that you, mix faith and religion in with politics and things like it's a really, really bad brew. Really bad brew. So, yeah, bloody pensioner, right? We got Rambo in here. I don't know where Mike Tyson went. I guess he's counting his money. 1,147,264. 1,240,265. 66. But it feels like a pretty good holiday season this year. I think I've noticed, though, I don't know if you guys are, that we seem to have this real peak in consumerism, like maybe five or 8 years ago, when we had these Black Fridays that people would be camped out overnight at the Best Buy to get the shitty TV for $30 or whatever. Remember that? Right? It just seems like it's just a silent, you don't have that anymore. The people are just buying online and having it, we've just trained the nation to buy online. Now, Amanda Hug and Kiss will tell you, no, I like to go in and actually go to the stores. And I enjoyed going to Sur La Table on Friday. It was wonderful, and I enjoyed looking around. But ask me if the malls are like they were 10 years ago, and the answer is no. I mean, there's no need for waiting at for I always wondered how empty the Walmarts were everywhere. It's just a confluence of things. People buy online, and then the second thing is I don't sense the festiveness of the season that used to be, because I think people just feel too ragged out and too financially up against it. Unless you're a person that's making good money in markets and stuff like that. Hey, classic, CVS is closing 1,000 stores. Yeah. A lot of these HMOs and insurance companies have their own captive drug distribution. My Kaiser plan just send me a reminder, your refill is ready. It's part of my plan. I don't pay anything for it. My Medicare Part B. Right. They just have all that stuff captive. There's just less and less people with the Obamacare really put the kibosh on pharmacies. And they all tried to compete with grocery stores, and now, like when I go into a CVS now, and it's a pretty wealthy area here. This county is probably one of the wealthiest counties in the United States, and you go into a CVS here, and it's slim on the shelves. There's hardly any inventory at all. There's like one quarter of the stuff will be out. Right, and this is getting more and more common in retailing. When I go to buy something and it's not there, I've noticed that, particularly in the last 2 years, that's really intensified. That the number of SKUs has really started declining in stores now. I think probably Cindy talks, being that she's in retailing and stuff like that, could speak more to that situation. But you go back to the 1930s and 40s, yeah, it's a lot behind glass. Hey, Moon, and you look at like Baltimore City when you had Howard Street, which is like the Fifth Avenue of like New York comparable. All the big department stores were there. Hutzler's, Hochul Cohen, the Heck Company, the May Company, they were all there. And it was an event at holiday time. That was the only place that people went to shop, right? And it was bustling. Yeah, thank you, Judy. I've gotten good uptake on that video. I'm going to continue that series tomorrow. I have another one that seemed to really resonate with people. How you doing, CSM? And for 2025, we're going to be taking a somewhat more philosophical bend here too on the channel. Those Marie Callender pot pies look so good on your. Yeah, well, I wish I was that lazy last night, Marie Callender. So I doubt if any commercial. I doubt if any commercial pot pie has the amount of chicken that I put in mine, and the way that I treated the chicken beforehand and cooked that separately. And I'm not going to be Martha Stewart and boil up a chicken and pick the, come on, man. Do I look like the kind of person that's going to be picking a chicken? Right? I mean, the hell with that. When are you walking again? What does that mean exactly, Rambo? And talk to me like I'm a fifth grader. When are you walking again? I tried to clear the decks today so that I might go crabbing tomorrow, but the big problem is all of a sudden everybody's screaming and hollering. Everybody's all spooked about the change. Oh, it's going to have 40-mile-an-hour winds. There's going to be freeze warnings. And I'm like, what the hell? You went from 70 degrees this morning. You're talking about that now, right? And if it's windy, man, it's like the party's over there. I mean, you will, wow, the noise chooching. I'm not sure what that means, my friend. The noise chooching. We were chooching last night. We were up here at they had some light to night ceremony or something. And this is another thing that's taken the joy out of the season is we have these events now that people just come together and they listen to, to pop music, and it's got no connection to the holiday whatsoever. Okay, so it's like you have generations being raised now that just have no concept of the way, what Christmas used to be and the holiday time and all that. And it's just like walking the streets at night. I'm not really sure. It's not going to be tonight because I need to cook. It's not going to be tomorrow night. Hey, Angus Kisses, how are you? My big streams will be in Las Vegas. Some more mega streams down there. I'm really disappointed in the Atomic. Yeah, I'll go there drinking. But that's it, I'll do my drinking there, but I ain't gonna be eating there. So we'll still end our routine there. How you doing, Teresa? Nice to see you tonight. So we're gonna still have plenty to. Yeah, thank you, Catherine. I have another one coming tomorrow. I have a whole series of them that are lined up here. I've been asked so many times. And I always vacillate between just being, should I put my philosophical foot forward once in a while and oh no, just keep doing the fun stuff. And I decided I just get too many requests to talk about stuff. So okay, all right, we'll start it up. And, a lot of people are enjoying weighing in on that. And it's a very, very serious topic. And, Catherine, you've also seen a lot of changes in life and the way that people relate to holidays and the way that people relate to each other. And it's a very tortured relationship now. It just feels very strained, and it feels very abnormal now. Right? It's like people just go out of their way to push the reason for the season out of the picture altogether now. And you get what you get as a result of that. That, I think, is the saddest yield of all of this stuff. But I don't know. Yeah, in a lot of ways, I wish we could too, Catherine. When one of my parts in the series is about the big twist that, especially for women, hasn't turned out the way it should in theory, right? And it's very interesting stuff, and statistically. But that's for another time. I'm getting together my stuff for Las Vegas. Once again, I will be leaving early on Friday. I would like to avoid the traffic around Oakland. It also gets me into LA like at 10 o'clock in the morning, which is a little bit past their rush hour and stuff, which is fantastic. I will be, I hope I remember to take the metal detector. I want to do some metal detecting in LA. So I'm going to spend part of Saturday doing that. And then Sunday, I'm not going to be in any rush because I can't check into the prison industrial complex till 3 p.m. in the afternoon anyway. So just have a leisurely Sunday, and then just head out and hit the road and climb up the hill and get up to the high desert there. And I have quite a lot of stuff I have to do. I have wrap up from the fundraiser. I have quite a bit of electrical work to do this time. It will be featuring that too. There's some signage to be ordered and put up. So I only got a week, and I need to make the most of it. And then on the 23rd, which is Monday morning, 3 p.m. in the afternoon and Monday, I should be back on the Rancho to enjoy Christmas, however that's going to be on that. So I'm not going to be in LA for Christmas, so we'll see. I took care of some Christmas shopping already. What are you going to get to Boss and Janet, right? So you get them something that they're going to use and enjoy. So I gave them some gift cards for restaurants and stuff, so they'll enjoy that. This makes it easy, right? I mean, right? You don't want to give people crap that's going to just, they got to store it someplace or re-gift it or something like that. I don't know. I guess the Niners game is over. Callie Mo, how are you, babes? Good to see you. I don't know what the final score of that. They were playing the Bears. The dreaded Steelers won again today, so would just be sucking eggs in a wild card position this year. So it ain't going to go anywhere. You'll probably see the Steelers in the Super Bowl the way they're playing. They're flying under the radar season. Carroll's off and many dozen into very sad times. Yeah. Well, I just thought, wow. I mean, hey, good to see you, Callie Mo. You have to go so far to find the reason for the season now. And I just thought, wow, we're just being conformed into this. We no longer recognize anything greater than our beings, and we're getting all of our values horizontally from each other, and it's not panning out, right? Knowledge of metal detecting. I got to remember to take the metal detecting stuff, Elmer. All right, and I got to take some gloves too, because these little tree wells between the sidewalks and the curbs on the street, that's where everybody takes their dogs to whiz and everything else there. So it's probably a disease trap. It's all right, I'm sure this LA's Koreatown's where I got that 1912 $50 down there, and I've gotten quite a good, just a little time I spent, I came up good down there. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a great day to unwind. Christmas gift shopping ruins Christmas. Well, I just remember my grandmother worked as a seamstress for the May Company and alterations and stuff, and just how, and then my mother, they would talk about how great it was to go down to the shopping district with all the huge 4 or 5 level department stores with tea rooms on the top, and everybody was civilized, and there was no smash and grabs, and because civilization depends on people policing themselves, right? When that starts to go, there's no getting the toothpaste back in the tube. when that goes, there's no force on planet Earth that's going to restrain that, right? That's like a cancer that has no cure to it. So, in a lot of ways, this is pretty unusual Christmas. I noticed the level of advertising is way down for Christmas stuff. Now I can't shop in town too dangerous. Can you imagine that? No money for it. Well, honey, I hear you. Yeah, well, you're smart, Catherine. You don't need to be knocked down for your pocketbook or something. Same thing on the streets here. It's like last night, the guy on the bike didn't even attempt to stop at the stop sign and just came barreling through at 25 miles an hour, regardless of the fact that I had already stopped and was proceeding forward through. Right? You just get what you get. Right? There's this sense of entitlement today that it's all about me. It's all about me. So, yeah, well, that too. Don't carry a purse in. But you know what I'm saying. You don't want to feel like you're a captive in your own home. But I know last night at about 4 a.m. that a huge gunshot went off about 3 or 4 doors down from me. I don't know what that was all about. Wasn't no M80 or firecracker. I don't know what that was all about, so I have no concept. Oh, man. So I hope tomorrow, I might cancel tomorrow, and Tuesday looks worse, though. I don't know. I'd like to get in 1 or 2 more sessions before I'm gone. But today, I think it got to 70 degrees or something here, which was really nice. I'm so spoiled by the weather this December. I'm just like, just hanging on, hoping that this is, no, I'm hoping this is going to be a dry year. We have had so much rain the last few years. I'm hoping. You're a Hopi Indian, right? No, I'm just hoping, right? That's all I'm doing. So I got everything all laid out for the crab soup tonight. It's going to be nice to see Bobby. I went to, yesterday, I went to Oliver's Market, which is it's a very upscale market, but breads are really expensive now, the artisan bread. So I got a baguette for $4.99, which is okay. I'm not howling about it because I had a $9.99 loaf of bread before. I never thought in my lifetime, hey Jennifer, how you doing, babe? I never thought in my lifetime I'd be paying $9.99 for a loaf of a loaf of bread. And even this lousy crap I eat, this Home Alone bread or whatever it's called, is like $3.49, $3.99 a loaf. Just really nasty bread. You remember the days when we had the wholesome discount stores? I'm doing good, honey. And you'd go in, it was like 25-cent loaf bread day. We had run right down on Sebastopol bread. Yeah, Bimbo bread. Right down on Sebastopol Road, we had one. And it was wonderful. You'd have these boxes of ding-dongs for like 25 cents and these loaves of bread that were old, and you just grab them like 50 cents a loaf or whatever. And people just lost their minds in there. All right. I paid $10 for a loaf of walnut cranberry over at Andy's in Sebastopol. Well, I can understand raisin cranberry bread. That's, that's nice. And Andy's is a heck of a market anyway. I saw they had Oregon crab featured at Safeway for $9.99 a pound in there. But there'll be no local crab coming out till January at the earliest, and I doubt even then if they're going to let these crabbers go out. Like I said before, I think that they just want to kill it. I remember when I was at a day-old store, and my dad would go there and bring home bags. Yeah, I mean, I get, I just like go nuts in there. Right, with Hostess cupcakes and all the, two boxes for $1 or whatever. I never even ate a quarter of it. I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist a red hot deal, right? Yeah, what a treat, Teresa. All of those places had that. You don't see that anymore because it's not cost effective. You can't pay somebody a wage to sit there and run that all up. It's just a losing proposition. So now you've seen bread prices explode over the last 4 years. I mean, it wasn't uncommon before to get a loaf of bread for 99 cents, then $1.29, $1.49, $1.99, then $2.49. Then it jumped to like $3.49 for a loaf. I don't know. And eggs. Yeah, I don't. My blessing is I rarely use eggs, so we will be on. We will be making a lemon pie hopefully this week. If not this week, then for the holiday. I'd love to have a lemon pie. I have this whipped cream that's just dying to hit the top of a lemon pie. And the lemons are coming in nice, really nice, and the oranges. Catherine, I'm sorry I forgot that you were coming over. I could have had you pick a ton of oranges and lemons and everything off the tree. I'll be eggs like I just use for cooking. Okay. That's good. I love hearing about Catherine's home life. It's like the great part of my week. Well, if you come over again in the next month, it's prime time for plenty of citrus and stuff. We have Trevita oranges, Washington navel, Robertson navel, Valencias, really nice, and Meyer lemons. Really just perfect. They're nice and tart. They're not these overly sweet commercial things. They got a little bit of zing to them, which I like. They actually taste like a zingy orange flavor with lots of vitamins. Oh, our pup thinks it's fun to keep us up all night. uh, mm. So, Catherine, will you make Christmas dinner, or will you go to a kid's house, or just put your husband in the kitchen to you make Christmas? She's a night hunter, huh? Right. How you doing, Joni? Do 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 do. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. Let's go. Do 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 do. Janet's having her big family Christmas to do next Saturday. That's the boss's birthday too. How you doing, Alan? A nice victory for the 49ers today. Chicken with rice. There you go. What is this person tweaking? We'll probably do 15-year does it. 19-year-old does everything. Oh, wow. That's impressive. That's very impressive. Yeah, good game to get leveled up a little bit, Alan. I was texting the boss today. People in the drama community were saying Boyd is no more, and people were fighting over it. Yeah, Boyd's long gone. It's just people that couldn't let go of it, that loved the legendary status at the bottom of YouTube. If you were here from 2014 through 2019, that was the official Boyd era. And it made such a mark on people that they couldn't let that go, and they've tried to reconstitute and rebuild some semblance of a Boyd, but it's not right. The Boyd in my day didn't do the stuff that people do now, right? It's like a totally, our backbone was the RV community, the prepper community, all that. People actually went places and did things. They weren't all homebound there, just talking heads in front of the screens all day and never do anything in life except just go live. So that's what made it fun, was a cross current of RVing and travel and adventuring and Camo Dave. Right? I mean, people actually did stuff. And it was such a memorable experience that people have been trying to get the toothpaste back in the tube ever since, but it's an impossibility. It's an impossibility. It had to be at a certain time in the development of social media. And now that door closed. That door closed. All right, guys, let's get cooking. Oh. That's it. Yeah, on January 4th of 2013, I did my first upload. That was it. The rest is history. And then that whole time, I've missed 4 days. Just really dovetailed very conveniently with my life. So I can't really blame people for wanting to, have this romanticization of the bottom of YouTube as it was, but how you doing, North? It's just not possible. Giddy up, let's go. Well, once Cooper passed away, the original Charter Boyd went from Drury, then to me for 4 years, and then on to Cooper for 2 years, and then it was done. That was it. Yep, lots of people visit. They still want to visit, but I don't have a place to put them right now. It's the equivalent of, young punks want to be MS-13 or something. It ain't gonna happen, right? You can pretend you are, but you're not. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, let's go. Do, 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 do. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, boo, doo, boo, boo, doo, boo, doo, boo, 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 doo, 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 doo. All right. Let's commence the cooking. We're going to have Bobby coming over. Give him a good presentation tonight. 'Cause there's no place like home for the holidays. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. On the holidays you can't beat home, sweet home. Here we go. Yeah, you can't tell me it's going to be windy and cold. It's so calm tonight and such beautiful weather. I've had the best December I've had in, of course, it's 1/3 over, but there you go, Jennifer. Do, 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 do. Jennifer, does she know about us? You know what I mean, honey. All right. Our little thing. Oh, man. Oh, here we go. I don't see any cats yet. Yay. Oh, well. We have one beast, Rosie. Look at that mean cat. That's the boss. That's like the Barbara Stanwyck, the Big Valley, right? That's the big boss of the whole operation right here. Dun dun doo 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 doo. I don't know. I guess that's Tiger. I hope the hell that ain't Ghostface. No, I guess that ain't Rosie. Rosie would run towards me. All right, let's get set up. We still got a little bit of light. We better enjoy these days. Oh, there's Rosie over there. There we go. We better enjoy these halcyon days. Oh, yeah. How are you? You in that box, so I put my hand in there and you spiked me all of a sudden. Yeah, make sure you stretch first. Waste my time. Come on. Say hi. All right. Be antisocial. I don't want Simba. You better not be running into the house. Out our tray of goodies here. Let me brush this off a little bit. idea where this black mountain it's pretty unsightly. Throw this trash away. I can't work in this environment. Trash can smells like a rotten fish market. Ooh, wow. All right, here we go. Let's get Bobby against that up here. This monitor looks like somebody took a dump on it. We gotta get it cleaned up a little bit. Alright, let's get this on here. Another one of these 2 days in a row and no garlic recipe. Don't make me stab myself with the knife. There's going to be hell to pay. All right. this thing will bring out the crab meat. You don't have that much to cut. I did 2 cups of potatoes and 1 cup of carrots here. Already pre-diced that up today. For this recipe, we're gonna need beef broth, 8 cups of that, or half a gallon. Pepper, onions, 2 onions here, some tomato paste, some Coleman's mustard. There was some confusion, people. You don't use Dijon mustard or anything like that. A can of tomatoes, diced tomatoes, and some corn. We got the carrots. We've got potatoes. We're going to add peas to this. And lastly, we're going to fold in our crab meat that's been picked, okay? That's what we're going to do. All right, so let's set this up over here. And we'll get our onions set up. I don't know if it's worth having a tree this year. There's a little bit of time I'm going to be around. Alright, so let me go ahead and deal with these. Hey, Blackbird.
Can you help me take some of my stuff to the pawn shop tomorrow?
I can do it Tuesday, not Monday.
Okay.
We're going to use 2 onions here, and we're going to dice them. Let's get this outer wrapping off. I like the tender part of the onion. I don't like the outside skin and all that crap all in here. Okay, there we go. Putting all that compost over there really benefited the tomatoes over there. We're going to dice this pretty small tonight. Let's get some EVOO in here. We're going to get our vegetables going. We always like to get a little color. Don't be stingy with the olive oil in there, okay? Let me get the can opener out here too. Get some fire in the hole. In go our onions. I got two full onions here. So I got my big spoon. I need my big spoon. Where's this hole? Get our veggies in here. I like to get a little color on these. To me, if you can have just a little hint of outside crispness on the potato, that makes it really, really nice. How you doing, Barry? Good to see you tonight. Open some of these cans while I'm waiting. Have these ready to go. 1 can of tomato paste, a large 32-ouncer of diced petite tomatoes, and some corn, just some whole corn. We have Worcestershire sauce, and we're going to add some peas in here too. Trying to get some oil over all top of this. Okay. I'm going to hold off on the peas a while. All right. I like my vegetables to have a little bit of color to them here. All right. We can go ahead. All of our nicely picked crab meat here. We can go ahead and get some flavor in here. Glad you're feeling better, June. We're going to add the Old Bay in early. This is going to be four tablespoons here. This is a lot of soup we're making tonight, so I like to put a little extra because I like it spicy. Black pepper. Add a teaspoon of that. We'll start with that. 2 tablespoons of Coleman's mustard. This is different than Dijon mustard. It's a dry mustard powder. This is our nice spice base right here. We want that flavor to infuse into the potatoes and the carrots. All right. Don't be in any rush. I'm going to drain the corn and add that in. Little Del Monte began right here in Santa Rosa. Try one of these days. That's got a real good start on being tender there. Okay. We want 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. This really deepens the flavor. To make this stuff for Phillips Crab House in Ocean City. Little did I know that Phillips would turn into a nationwide empire, basically. Because Shirley Phillips, her husband was called Steve Phillips, but Shirley Phillips was like, she reminded me of the Wicked Witch of the West. She was like, you have to be tough to be successful, right? All right, we're going to get this tomato paste. We're going to turn our knife backwards here. And as we're rotating it, we're just going to pull the whole shooting match right out of there, okay? And work it towards the edge. Get all of that goodness out. And that's how we do it. Go our big can. I think this is 28 ounces of diced tomatoes. All right. Make a really nice Maryland style crab soup. You notice we haven't even added the crab yet, okay? I'm going to put a few things away. Letting that all come together really, really well. Okay, what a beautiful base that is. Right there. We haven't added in. The crab goes last because you don't want it to get all detexturized and stringy. We'll put a good cup of cheese in here. If you have lima beans, you would add them too, but I'll be darned, I looked around several stores. It's like lima beans have disappeared. 2 quarts of beef stock. Like I said, we're making a good bit of this because I want to be able to enjoy it through the week. We haven't taken our first taste yet, but never send anything out to guests that you haven't tasted first. That, I think, is the worst thing I see people that work as cooks do. We're gonna work that all in. We haven't added the crab yet. We got a good 2 cups of picked crab meat here. All right. Yeah, lima beans are essential, but I'll be doggone if I could find them. Oh, that soup is good. That soup's got a forward wang to it. That Worcestershire sauce and that Old Bay just hits the right note in there. All right, I'm going to put a few more things away here. I like to have an easy cleanup. I don't like a big friggin' mess at the end of the day. I love this recipe. It's elegant, but yet it's simple. Crab meat is super expensive, as you guys know. All right, that's a really nice looking soup there. Yeah, I had a heck of a time. I couldn't even find canned lima beans. I'm like, what the heck happened? Right. Just people don't go for them anymore. There's all of our beautiful crab meat there. Nature's bounty from the sea. And what we want to do is fold this in very We want to be gentle from now on. Think of the Wicked Witch of the West. These things have to be handled delicately. Delicately. And you can see you got big chunks of crab meat in there with everything else. So that should be outstanding. All we have to do is let that come up to a simmer. I'm going to go ahead and put a few more things away here. Take one more taste test. Oh. Mm-mm-mm. Put the butter out here. Also, I'm sure Bobby's going to want to put some butter on the baguette here. So please hit the thumbs up button if you haven't done so yet. It's very appreciated. All right, not our most complicated recipe. It just builds and builds and builds. Man, that's amazing. Those potatoes and that carrots have to cook through. Look at that big chunk of meat there. All right. Blackbird. Blackbird. Come on. Here, I got you. Oh, that's good. That's gonna really be amazing. All right. Time to relax now. We have that on a low simmer. We want to keep that very well restrained there. I don't know if the image is backwards or whatever. to December. That's beautiful. That be ready to go. Oh yeah. All of our serving bowls and plates here. And Bobby's bowl. We'll wait till Bobby comes, we'll have a beer. I'll slice the bread. That is just off the chain right there. Oh man. We haven't even come to our shortest day of the year. We had it here last night. Somebody down the street was going nuts. Cheers, Melody. Good to see you. Somebody's in there with her. I've never seen that light next door before. 12 more days till the shortest day of the year, the winter solstice, and exactly 6 months to my birthday. Yeah, Utz Old Bay flavor potato chips. And who knew they would be such a gigantic hit? One of the best things that came out of Baltimore, Old Bay. It's not even Christmas. Oh, Catherine, you really cracked me up. You really cracked me up. I'm going to have to refinish this table. Next year it's getting a little worn out. I don't know, I just think people are just, they, you know, as a generation comes up, they just don't, you know, they have no comprehension of Christmas spirit and all that stuff. So it's just a different... Yeah, there we go, Melody. I got another one coming up. I have a whole series of them. I never knew they would get so much uptake on YouTube, but people want to have an idea or at least some theories about what's going on in the world these days. So, oh, your birthday's in there we go, 9 months. Mexican music, all like. I used to like Pringles more, but now they're half the size of the inside of the can. They shrunk down so dramatically that they fill up, if you're looking down from the top, they fill up half of the width of the circumference there. Soup is coming along great. It's just ready. It's just sitting over there. Right, I'm stirring it once in a while. It's on a nice low simmer. It'll be a perfect food for dinner tonight. Perfect food. Yeah, I don't even feel like it's Christmas this year. I just have lost my spirit to even put up at. I mean, I'll put something up. I don't know. Go down and look at the Christmas trees, $80. I tear up that chowder if it was clam free. I'm allergic. Well, we don't have any clams in it, honey. I don't put. It's a crab soup. It's not clams. Merry Christmas, Darla. No clams in this at all. No shrimp, just crab meat. That's it. Potatoes, carrots, peas, corn. Lima beans would be an addition, but we don't have it. Tomatoes, tomato paste. It's a very tomatoey based soup. So put up a tree with the great. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's right, Catherine. There you go. I'm not sure, Dorlin. There's more to come tomorrow. Reminds me of the Chinese soup. The shellfish as a whole, I'm allergic. Well, you know, then you don't want to be eating this. Yeah, it would be a good vegetable soup without it. If you just like a seasoned vegetable soup. The 10-year-old is wanting crochet lesson. Well, that's a good thing. Naomi does a lot of that. That's a good thing. As Martha Stewart would say, that's a good thing. Perfectly perfect. I'm waiting for Martha to show up in my comment section. Yeah, it would be a hearty, spicy vegetable soup with the spice coming from the Old Bay. So, right, very, very, very tasty. And how difficult was that to make? It's a 2 on a 10. Last night was a 7. This was a 2. Last night was all about technique. What's the best states known for shrimping? I would say anywhere on the Gulf Coast, right? Louisiana, Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, all down there. Yeah. Oh, she has her own Christmas tree farm. Wow, Does she harvest her own? Does she have a lumber mill too? Does she have a lumber mill? Mills her own wood for the Turkey Gobbler Hill farm. Yeah, the neighborhood sounds really, really lively tonight. Very lively. There's Mark's. Yes, you also have master classes and things. It's not too expensive, and you can take master class courses from Martin Scorsese and filmmaking and all kinds of stuff. So I don't know how much shrimping Florida does. I don't know. You asked me the main states for it, so that's Martha's merchandise from her catalog years ago. So she doesn't put a catalog out anymore, or she have an online, or does she have an online thing? This will have you sneezing, Elmer. This will have you sneezing. She probably has an online website now. Jack Linden shrimp in the San Francisco Bay. You can get shrimp in there. They're like ghost shrimp and stuff. I know you're not allowed to take Dungeness crabs within the Golden Gate. East of the Golden Gate Bridge, you're not allowed to take Dungeness crabs. So that pretty much knocks out the poor people in Oakland and places like that would like to catch crabs or something. They have to settle for rock crabs, which ain't bad. I like rock crabs myself. Mayport, Florida, that's cool. I want pretty cupcakes. Go to a restaurant supply store and just get a pastry bag with the tips and just try it, Learn to make marzipan, which goes over top of cakes and stuff. So I don't really enjoy cakes too much because it's too much for me it's too much to have around here to eat. I can't eat it. Let me try one of these potatoes here. That's really nice. That potato is yielding. Not soft. It's soft, but it's not mushy. It's yielding, which I really like. I don't like a mushy tomato. Michael's used to have classes. Does Martha Stewart, I just self-taught. God forgive me, Mom. My mother was not a cook. She could rise to the occasion at Christmas and Thanksgiving and things like that, and Christmas cookies, but when you had a big family like we did with anywhere from 9 to 11 people around the table, it was very institutionalized menu, which was the same every week. Monday was hot dog and beans, Tuesday was chicken, Wednesday was pork chop, Thursday was spaghetti, Friday was codfish or fish sticks or something, Saturday was hamburgers, and Sunday was a round steak. That was it. So, how you doing, Sherry? I'm gonna burn cupcakes up. Use a baking stone for even heat. All right, that's the trick. All right. Buy a baking stone. It puts nice even heat under everything. In other words, those chicken pot pies, if I'd put them directly on the grill, they would have just burned up on the bottom. But baking stone gives a nice diffuse heat. I'd let that preheat up for about 15 or 20 minutes, and it's perfect. So, oh, grape hangover, yeah. I like grapes. The best way to cook is to do. Over and over again. After a while, you don't even need to, you just know the basics. You don't even need to follow recipes and stuff. I didn't have a recipe out here for I knew what should be in a what should be in a chicken pot pie, I did look at the recipe to see if there was anything unusual, and there was. There was a 3 or 4 tablespoons of cognac in there, which really, really, really made a difference. I'm not sure what channel for what, honeymoon. Last night's live stream was about Martha Stewart. On the Rosie O'Kelly channel, it was about making the chicken pot pies last night. Regular diet crab soup. I don't know. These soups, this is not a high calorie soup, right? This is very lean. There's very little fat in that. The crab is not high calorie. It's very high protein. So this is like a dieter's delight here. The most calorie thing, there's like 3 medium-sized potatoes in there. That's it. Right. That's about it. And when you really analyze Martha Stewart's chicken pot pie, okay, apart from the chopping of it, it's not that much in the way of calories, right? She uses butter, I use oil to start mine, so I'm getting all the oils and fats, yeah. Oh, the How Star Truck is that? That's cool. Send it to me, Sherry. I'd like to see that. I follow quite a few around the nation, all denominational. We had chicken salad sandwiches on croissant. Oh, they're wonderful. Oh, they're good. Oh, I've had them before. Oh, chicken salad on a croissant is one. I don't want a croissant for breakfast. I don't want it. Boy, but when you put chicken salad on it for lunch, holy smokes. Now you're cooking with gas. Now you're cooking with gas. Delicious. Absolutely top flight. The one thing I did here, Catherine, that I totally gave up on in this area is pastrami. Right? I would rather go to Las Vegas and have pastrami. I mean, it's just nothing here in the way of pastrami is pastrami the way it is on the East Coast. So. Now it's all dried out. It's terrible. Terrible. Cookies with ramen. Wow, when you have it with onion, I don't know. I actually don't eat organ meats at all, actually. You have to have good oils in your diet. Don't be afraid of oil, right? It's good calories. It's great high calorie stuff. It's like the Mediterranean diet. Most of my stuff is like on the Mediterranean. I don't, except for the ramen noodles and stuff. Oh, that's so good. That is so good. I can't wait till we get out there and go clamming and mussling and make our cioppino. Oh. Oh. Hello, Bobby.
Well, hello there.
Hope you're hungry. Bobby got his Christmas haircut. You got your Christmas haircut.
Yes,
I got mine yesterday.
Yes, I did. How are you?
You're looking good. How you doing, babe? You brought your own beer?
Yeah, I did.
Want to have a seat and say hi?
Let me go.
I'm gonna grab it. Yeah, I got it for you. Hey, Bobby.
Hey, what's up, Bird?
How's it going?
Everybody. It's good. You're not feeling good? Rough day? Rough weekend? You're young, you could do that.
All right, Bobby, here you go. Have a
Thank
really
you.
nice crab soup tonight.
All right.
Maryland style.
Maryland style.
Right, where they know what real crab is.
Hello, everybody.
Bobby's like, I dispute that.
Yeah.
Down in down in, what they call that, North Beach there, they know
North
crab,
Beach.
right?
They know crab. Fisherman's Wharf.
They know crab.
They know how to bring it in.
Doug Bobby looks sharp. He got his hair cut. He's all cleaned up and everything. You got your holiday cut, Bobby.
I did.
Plus, you're happy the Niners won today
Oh my
at
God.
home.
About time.
Yeah, well, they were saying, that's right. Everybody's like throwing the towel. I'm not throwing the towel.
Well, I mean, they got a lot of guys hurt, but
Yeah,
they
but
still
that's-
have other
yeah.
people who stepped up.
Yeah.
That was good. Hey, everybody. Merry Christmas. And a Happy New Year.
You've been seeing, I've been out Dungeness crabbing out there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Snaring those bad boys. Wow, Thursday was unbelievable, that sunrise. I was out there at 4:15 a.m.
Were you really in the
And
morning?
yeah, and because I need a good spot, right? Because everybody's mothers like drive 2.5 hours to get there. And man, that whole sky was flame orange and red.
Oh, nice.
It even made the story in the Chronicle how
Oh, really?
unusual that morning was. Yeah.
I think I saw that on the news. Yeah, it was like.
Yeah, it was like, I couldn't believe it when I saw that. I was like, I've got to have myself silhouetted against the sky. so we want you to have a couple bowls. And I have baguettes, bread, and soup tonight. Something
So
that I know.
the crabs were biting out there.
Well, the Lord has deigned that no matter how long I'm there, I'm only entitled to 2. It doesn't matter if I'm there 1 hour or 10 hours. That's
Two.
it. I only get 2, right? I only get 2 of them. That's about it.
Wow.
It's not like when I was rock grabbing and pulling in a lot of them.
Yeah,
This dungeness, these are a battle out here. These things really, these things are something.
Martin's in Ohio.
Yeah, Teresa Martin. Yeah, how you doing, Teresa? Fundraiser ended almost with $11,000
Wow.
this year, which was nice.
Wow.
Martin's came in with $1,500.
$1,500.
Oh, it's like the guardian angel has landed right there. Father's like, oh, I guess I do believe in guardian angels, right? I'm like, okay. That sky was foretelling earthquake happened that morning. Yeah, I was out there and
Well, I saw some
everybody
of those
had to
videos.
get
You
off of.
washed all that building down and then painted it.
Oh,
and,
man. Yeah. Big job. Big job. Big job. So I'm going back down again Friday for a week to do electrical, lighting, and some other stuff down there.
The never-ending story.
Well, I want to bring it up so it looks pretty down there. It should be the most beautiful thing in the downtown,
Sure.
right, in my opinion. So why not, right? I'm happy to do that. So how you? Yeah, thank you, Teresa. We're gonna just
Thank
have
you,
a little
Angus.
bit of beer, and then I'll serve up the soup.
The shrimp soup. Ooh, crab soup.
Bobby, you think I'm in Louisiana or something like that? What the hell did he say? He said we're having shrimp soup. Yeah, I saw Mosaic down there, Junior and that, there's Bayou and take that. I remember when they had swamp, what was that, swamp people or whatever, they're out there alligator hunting. You couldn't eat, they had to translate with subtitles.
What they were saying. Yeah, I watched that a couple of times. And
Junior,
thought,
you
oh my
dumb
God.
mother. Good.
I couldn't understand them.
Right. Oh, man. All about the crab. Bobby knows he grew up he was in San Francisco.
Oh yeah. We used to go down Fisherman's Wharf all the time.
And it was affordable, right, Bobby?
Yeah.
There was plenty of it, right?
You just buy it right there on the street,
Oh, man.
on the sidewalk.
Did your mom send you down? Bobby, go get a couple crabs for us tonight down there. Bobby had to pedal down from Chattanooga Street to go down. Right?
That was it.
That was it. Now it's a far different story. This fleet can't even go out now because of whales.
Yeah, well, somebody is saying a lot of those restaurants are closed
Yeah, 'cause
because
they
there's
can't
no
do it.
business.
why don't in California we just admit that we want to get rid of the crabbing industry, right? Let's be honest. You know, the environmentalists have the upper hand, and they want it gone. That's it, right? A whale
And
is
put
more,
all those fishing boats out of business.
Yeah.
All them people have been there their whole lives.
Yep,
2 and 3 generations.
gone, gone, gone. So I just think no matter what, they're always going to say there's whales getting tangled and that's it. And you know, now it's not before January when they reconsider again. So that's 2 months, 2 full months now of not putting.
I mean, usually it was before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, everybody would have it on the table, right?
Yeah.
Ask Kathy. I don't know. She'd tell you down there in Vallejo, they would have it. They would have it on the table, right, for Thanksgiving holiday, and then for sure Christmas. Not this year.
Nope.
So I go over to Safeway today, and I see the crab from Oregon. It's
How much pound?
$9.99, which wasn't bad.
No.
I mean, right? But demand, they've actually just started to, people just don't even care anymore. They're getting so detached from, it's become so expensive now, and they're just detaching from it. So that's what I've noticed.
You just figure, hell, I can't afford it.
Yeah,
Why even
it's
think about
just,
it?
we're going to just take it off the menu. You know, it's just, you have a generation coming online that doesn't even know what, crab tastes like or whatever. So,
Yeah.
and all that. So, I mean, we had crab and salmon year round, exactly. So, yeah, I don't know. Now we have like red tide out there and all this stuff. It's crazy. So I was going to go out tomorrow, but then they're saying this wind is, what's going to happen?
It's supposed to be like 50 miles an hour up
I
in
mean,
the
when
hills.
did that suddenly just come out of the blue? I mean, I woke up this morning, I looked, the weather's like sunny all week and nice. And then I see this headline in the Press Democrat this afternoon, 40, 50 mile an hour winds. I'm like, can you imagine how miserable that's going to be tomorrow over there? Oh, man.
That'd be
And
unbelievable.
cold too, that northwest wind whipping down there. Oh, wow. Oh,
And like
wow.
we say, people go drive 2 hours
2
away to
and a
go out
half
there.
hours.
Be
People
there for
drive
their
from
two crabs.
Martinez and from
Get their 2
Concord
crabs.
to go over there. Wow. The place to go when the weather's that bad, you go down to Bolinas. You just go down Highway 1 to the tip there to Bolinas, and you have kind of a sheltered
Oh, is that right?
inlet there and stuff. Oh, man. Well, the cold weather will knock back the red tide, so. But people said it's been a pretty lousy year anyway for crabbing anyway. So.
Yeah, I mean, the people up north.
Plus, what, 7 people have died so far on
Didn't
that coast
that
here.
boat top size and the
Yeah, they
kid's
go out in
dad?
19, 20-foot boats that the swell starts in the front end, plows underneath the
Yeah,
swell.
I mean that's a shame. It's not funny. That's a shame.
Yeah,
Well, wasn't there a wooden boat out there in Bodega Bay or something where there were 20 people on it and it flipped over?
Yeah, can you imagine that kid hiked up the cliffs to get up to Highway 1? The one surviving kid. Can you
Yeah.
imagine how cold he was standing on the highway? He must have looked like a little freak standing up there, right?
Yeah, and I bet you 100 cars drove by before somebody stopped. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, you know, and the Coast Guard, they're over there in
I see him
Two Rock.
hauling out every day. I got him on my videos. They
Oh, do you?
practice hauling out at high speed
Oh,
through
nice.
the jetty there. How's that look, Bob?
That looks nice.
I'm going to cut up some bread too.
So they do. The Coast
Yeah,
Guard
they
is
haul
out there
out.
for
Yep,
the
there's
dummies.
the
Huh?
there's the butter. Let me get your plate. And I'm gonna let it. That's really hot. So it's got a lot of crab in it too. So, it's nice and spicy too.
Hey, Moonchild.
your plate there, Bob. We take your plate underneath. How is it?
Good.
Here's the
Good,
couple
good.
pieces of bread for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured you'd like it. It's Maryland style crab soup made with Old Bay. That's what I grew up in.
This is what you grew up in?
That's all I knew, Bud. It was all about the crab in Maryland. Should have plenty of crab. I put like 2 pounds of crab.
Oh, wow.
Hot crab. Alright, there we go. Let's give you guys a look at that.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. It's perfect on a...
A
There
chili
it
log.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got those... all those bits of crab in it and everything. That's real Maryland style. That's a big piece of claw right there.
Thank you, Moonchild. I do my best.
Yeah, by the way, thanks for contributing to the fundraiser, Bobby. It was very appreciated.
Of course.
Well, you're always supporting all the stuff I get involved in. Like I said, that was an expensive dinner when you came over. Bobby came over that. Bobby, yeah, the ramekin, I'm eating out of it tonight. Let me get you a...
Nothing wrong with feeding the less fortunate. Nobody should go hungry.
That's my philosophy. When you have 5,000 kids a day die of starvation in the world, I can't be comfortable floating around on a $250 million yacht while that's going on.
Exactly.
Right. All right. Enjoy. Oh, look at Gordon Ramsay. It's a 4 out of 10. Bobby will rate what it is. Trust and believe. Boss's birthday is Saturday.
Well, wasn't Jen's the 6th?
7th.
Seventh. Yesterday.
Yeah. I sent her a little something on
Okay.
PayPal.
Yummy.
This is very simple fare for Maryland because, well, crab used to be cheap.
Yeah.
So, potatoes are cheap, carrots are cheap, peas are cheap. Old Bay,
I remember when that long ago, it used to be like $4.99 a pound.
yeah,
And they'd clean it for you.
that's it. Bobby knows good eating. Bobby knows when he comes over here and I tell him it's going to be a special meal, he knows
It's good stuff.
Very good stuff. I've never thrown down hot dogs and beans for Bobby or something over here.
No, we aren't camping.
Yeah, we're not camping. That's it. No, Bobby's taste buds aren't long
Yeah, I
gone.
know. I still got them.
Yeah, it's a perfect thing on a night. It's not that cold, but it's a nice thing to have. Glad you got dressed up in case. I don't know when's that weather supposed to change.
I don't know. But was it last week when it was in the 30s?
Yeah,
No,
but it
it's
was very,
freezing in the
very
morning.
comfortable. Yeah. Let me tell you, it's cold in the coast over there, but I'm just saying, the adrenaline's up, so you don't feel it as much.
That's when you got to bring a half pint of whiskey to have a couple shots to get the blood warming. Years ago.
Problem is, I'm trying to find a place that the boss can come to that'll be productive.
Oh,
You know, if you go there and catch nothing, it's like, what a waste of a trip.
oh
you
you'll
know?
never hear the end of it.
Right. Well, he'd be all right, but you know, you catch two, you take one, and I take one.
Yeah. Well, doesn't he have a license?
Yeah, I'm just saying, but you know, you get two there, and you'll take one, and I. That's a long way to go for.
Yeah, one crab. You'll be yelling at Janet the whole time.
Yeah, thank you, Judy. It is a comfort food for winter, and
Yeah.
you know, how would you rate that? Pretty good, Bobby.
A 10.
10. There
Good
we
stuff.
go.
Good stuff.
Bobby also enjoyed my clam chowder. It was the first thing he'd ever had that he went back and get more, and I never, ever.
Got
And
seconds.
in 13 years, I never saw Bobby ever go back and get some more. He's like, I'm going to get some more of this clam chowder over here.
I like clam chowder. Especially homemade.
Yeah, throw them in the water. You know that they still line up over at Spud Point Marina over in Bodega Bay for that clam chowder. Still,
Oh, yeah.
Still
yeah.
packed at 11 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
There's still like 75 people either eating or standing in line.
In line along the highway.
And their big thing is the crab sandwich.
Oh, really?
Oh, this champagne stuff is wonderful in wintertime. The thickness is twice as thick as your average sweatshirt, so it's definitely worth the build quality. This is not thick; it's just a soup. This is what we grew up on in Maryland. This soup, except we would have blue crab instead of Dungeness crab. That was the big difference between the two. I have more bread if you wanted to. So. Alan said Bobby scared me when Purdy got tackled and it didn't look good at first. Well, he's not a big guy. Right?
Well, that guy went right to his head. I mean, you know, these linebackers, I mean...
But he's not a Bo Nix, you know, a big boy, you know.
No.
6'6" or whatever. You know who's doing good is Russell Wilson with the Steelers.
God.
Wow.
And where was he playing?
That's the end of the Ravens.
They gave him $84 million to go away. And
No,
he said,
I didn't
okay.
bake bread today, honey.
I said, okay, I'm going to go play with Pittsburgh. And, oh, guess what? Pittsburgh's going to come to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And they're playing really good.
I'm going to be honest with you, Naomi. I've never mastered the baguette. So I went over to Oliver's Market yesterday and threw down $4.99 and got a loaf of their baguette.
What cyclist? Somebody got run over?
Oh, somebody blew through a stop sign. I'm not even sure if I hit the guy. He swerved and avoided and went up on the sidewalk, and he started all this stuff.
Really?
You hit me, man. You hit me. I said, dude, you blew through the stop sign. He said, there ain't no stop sign there. I pointed over. I pointed over to the left. There's the stop sign. I said, I have the whole thing on video, too. I'm live on YouTube. And then I said, you don't have a light on your bike or anything, man. You just blew. I stopped at the stop sign, proceeded forward, and you just blew right through the intersection.
Was it dark?
Yeah. And
I
then
know
he
these,
said,
these homeless people on their bikes are dangerous.
Yeah, and then he told, oh, go ahead, you mother, get out of here. Right. I can't see your shirt is hanging in your dessert bowl. You know. What a nut.
Yeah.
Oh, he was up in feisty door landed by the time I split, he was up in feisty. All he did was go up on the sidewalk and go over on his side. I don't think it ever touched his bike had no damage to it or anything.
Well, plus it was probably stolen.
Yeah, I don't know. But he's like, you hit a pedestrian. I'm like, dude, you're on a bike. You're not a pedestrian. You're equivalent to a motor vehicle here. Right. All right. I said, you got the law all cocked up, man. He's like, oh, good, go ahead, man. Get the hell out of here. You know, as soon as he heard I'm live on YouTube, the whole thing was on.
On too, yeah.
Right. Pretty good, Bobby. There's plenty more if you want it there.
Very good.
Yep.
Very, very
You
good.
deserved it for the holidays. So I will be back on the 23rd, and it remains to see. I don't know if the Boston Gent, their big party for the family is on Saturday.
Mm.
So I don't know if Janet's going to feel like doing anything, you know, with having to do 20 people coming up from Modesto and Ceres and everything from there. So
Yeah, yeah.
Melody, everything that you could do wrong, this bike rider did. No lights, no stop sign, riding on the wrong side of the road, right? Failure to yield the right of way to another vehicle.
You probably had no ID.
I didn't put a bit of salt in this. The beef broth already has enough in it. You don't need to add anything to this. It's nice and spicy. Now the dog will lick the whipped cream off of it. Who are we talking about here? Yeah, it might be a Chinese dinner. I might end up doing something with Bobby. I'm not sure. Are you doing anything Christmas, or are you just waiting to hear?
Well, Melissa and Mariah want to do something, but I don't know. You never know what those do.
Well, I'll touch base with you. I'll be back Monday the 23rd. We'll just see. I love a good... Everybody loves a good sourdough bread, right?
Yeah. Well, then you go to LA, see your daughter?
Yeah, but not this year because I had to go back to... I had to backtrack. I'm doing LA first on the 13th and then leaving the 15th for Vegas. So I've had all this open electrical stuff I've got to do so nobody electrocutes themselves down there. I've got to put some lights up. I really have to return. So it's just something I got to do. Oh, well, Catherine, you're so funny. Like the dog will lick the whipped cream off. The older he gets, the more slobby he gets. She's talking about her husband, who had a glorious career at C&H Sugar. They still call him back to
Oh, really?
to straighten out shit that's messed up down there.
Oh, over in Crockett.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
She's like, good Lord, they called him back over there. There's some problem or something like that. The sugar's the wrong color or something. Yeah, there's no salt. I didn't add a bit of salt to this. If I'm using like broth, I don't need to have it. Trust me, if Bobby's enjoying it and he's eating it through, then you know it's good, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He would much prefer a soup over a piece of meat anyway, to tell you the truth. Is that true or not, Bobby?
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Bobby's very conditioned to go for the soups and the stews and all that.
The comfort food. I don't like meat.
No one would have seen. He was lucky he didn't get totally obliterated there. He's lucky I was hitting my brake good there and got... I don't think we made contact, but he went off to the sidewalk and then went over there. But how different was Pier 39, Bobby, in terms of going up to the fishing boats and just negotiating to buy without all the regulations?
Well, it wasn't Pier 39. Pier 39 was a tourist
place.
And Fisherman's Wharf behind the restaurants. That's where all the boats for. That's where you just go and buy the crabs right off the boat.
Right. You could do that at Bodega Bay, but they're not crabbing right here. They're not allowed to. So
Yeah.
you could buy that for $4.99 right off the back of the boat. You haven't been able to do. I mean, what did they start in April last year? And people just fuck it. You know, April. It's not even worth it. They didn't even wet their gear. They just.
Yeah. Well, didn't they go for a couple months and then they had to stop for a couple months and.
Oh, there you go, Catherine. You work full time. Okay. Your grandpa was a machinist at Hills Brothers. I love that coffee. Hills Brothers is a really good coffee. I don't know if it's changed any now. I don't know.
No, it's still the same. But they used to have the plant down there in San Francisco, down in the Embarcadero.
I'll get a little more soup. You okay, Bobby? You want some more bread?
No, I'm all right.
Huh?
I'm all right. Yeah, I was at Safeway a few days ago, just to pick up a couple of things. They had Folgers coffee on sale, $14. I said, what?
Bobby's looking for that $6.99 a pound coffee.
Well, I got Maxwell House at place on 4th Street for $8.99.
Damn, did I turn the heat off? Wow, that was hot. Shit. Yeah, the heat's off, man.
Is it? It's still hot.
Man, that was hot. I love when Kathy tells her stories. She sends me pictures of the Bay Area, like they would go over to Lawson's Landing over down on Marin County over there on the beach there, and do camping and crabbing over there and stuff. And she's got a picture like when she was a girl there with her father and grandfather there crabbing. So yeah, I just let it sit for a minute. I didn't expect it to be that hot. So but look at all the steam that's coming out of that.
Yeah, right under the bridge, Kathleen. And it was right next to Joseph Magnan's factory where they were making all the clothes and things.
Joseph Magnum or Joseph Banks?
No, Joseph Magnum. I Magnums and Joseph Magnums, the two brothers. They were big time down there. Then they tore all that down and they built all those the skyscrapers and the high rises and the building that tilts.
Yeah. What are they going to do with the Millennium Tower, Bob? What are they going to do?
I mean,
is it possible in an earthquake that baby just busts loose?
it just cracks me up that the tower's leaning, and they're paying $2.5 million for a 2-bedroom fucking apartment there. I mean, oh hey,
you have to walk around on an angle, all day.
It's beyond. I can't. People with money are stupid, really.
Well, they got rid of London Breed, and they got rid of the mayor of Oakland.
The mayor of Oakland, the DA of Alameda.
Wow.
Well, that's a good thing. I mean,
they
people
just don't understand.
anything.
They just don't get the message that everybody that parks. I don't even go. People are like, oh, go to Berkeley or go to Oakland and do a live stream. Man, it's almost guaranteed you're going to have your windows smashed and somebody's going to try to grab something. And I think, do I want to pay $300 for a side piece of glass in a van?
Exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
Man. So, and Bobby, they're not going to straighten that out. It's just going to be more and more of a mess, right?
Well, and then they were going to sell the baseball field down there, but they don't have any. The people who are going to buy it, I guess, don't have the money. And the city was thinking, well, you're going to give us some money because we need to pay our cops and firemen. Oh, wait a minute. We're not going to have any firemen and cops?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I don't know. They spent money like drunken silk. We were cutting bait, Catherine's like, oh, I want to get an RV again and get over there and get on that coast again. But I haven't gone to Lawson's Landing. The foot of, the hell's that town? I told you at the tip of Marin County down there.
Bolinas?
Bolinas, yeah. That's a good place where people catch some,
Good fish.
yeah, good crab down there. And it's about an hour drive each way, so.
Not bad.
But I'm 20 minutes to Bodega Bay in the morning, so that's like easy.
No
I got
traffic.
guys like, oh man, it took 3 hours to get over here today. I'm like, wow. And you got one little crab and you
Yep.
like, wow.
Well, it isn't like you're going on the freeway. I mean, once you get on Highway 12, that's it. Two-lane road all the way out to Bodega.
And then the fog in the morning.
Yep.
And these weirdo little deers jumping all around and everything out there. Then you're going to hit the odd skunk on the road. And you're going to smell that all day next to your truck, right?
Underneath your wheels. Oh,
Thing
good.
all blew up under the engine and everything.
Same
Thank
to
you, Sherry. I
Shirley.
appreciate that.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. I'm subscribed to a lot of, listen to a lot of church services and stuff on here of all different denominations. I think it's fascinating. So anyway, guys, Bobby, rate it up. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a 10. Good stuff.
There's some more there if you want it.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't have a big appetite tonight.
Well, you did all right on that bowl.
Yeah.
You did all right on that. That's why you're in good shape, because you don't have a big appetite. Right? You could play the Scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz.
Look at.
You could go this way. Anyway, I always enjoy when Catherine sends me stuff of, around the Bay Area, and family worked in the shipbuilding industry in Mare Island, and I don't know if she ever had any connection with Marin ship up there at Sausalito. I'm not sure if she had. That was a huge operation in Sausalito, enormous.
Years gone by.
Yeah, that's where they broke the record for kicking out a ship in like 46 days or something crazy like that. I would come over there, but you are home before I get up. I like to be out there about 4:15, 4:30. And I try to have all my ducks in a row so I'm not wasting time, because it's really cold in the morning and your hands just don't function properly. And it's really dark too. The beautiful thing is I look up in the sky there and I see millions of stars up there, because there's no
lights. Yeah.
no light.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about it.
So it's all like perfect for me. I mean, I enjoy that. I don't ever have any trouble getting up in the morning or anything like that. So, okay, so Catherine said her dad worked at Marin ship. The only building that's really standing is the machine shop down there. At least when I went down, I have a video walking around the property and everything, and it looked like the machine shop was like the last thing that was left down there. They really have a nice visitor center there where they show all these pictures joined together to show all the dry docks and all the ships being built and everything.
All the history of it.
Yeah. Now when you look at it, it's just a few houseboats out there and everything. And they want them kicked out now. Right? Richardson Bay, get the hell out of there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So it's something very special about the morning just before this, into that 1.5 hour of sunrise. It's just a beautiful time of day over there. Yeah, it's cold, it's brutal, but it's just, you're not really thinking about it. You're just looking up at the stars. Because I'm a city boy, right? Born and raised. We never saw a star. I mean, what the hell, What the hell's a star, right? You go over there, the sky's covered with a zillion stars up there. And you just think to yourself, wow, this is really, really a thing of beauty.
Yeah. A free light
Right.
show.
And they haven't really spoiled Bodega Bay. You know, they haven't, you know, you can't get a permit to build do anything over there. So it's pretty much locked into place since the 1960s, I guess. Since they had that fiasco with PG&E wanting to put the nuclear plant there.
Yeah, yeah. Good luck with that. That was never going to happen.
That didn't go well.
That was never going to happen.
Right. You remember that big fight, Bobby, when all that came down?
Mm-hmm.
The hole that they built that hole is still there today.
Yep.
I would have said, you know what? Go back and fill that son of a bitch in again. Can't do it, get Gelati Brothers out there. How come they get every contract? Everything, man. It's like no bid these days. They've made so much money on 101 down there.
Well, that's unbelievable.
Mm.
And they did it quick, too. When they made it from 2 lanes to 3.
And then they made the one a diamond lane, so that was useless. It was right back to the same thing again.
Well, the good thing is, up here it's 2 people. But I think down in Oakland and Berkeley and Highway 80, it's 3. Oh, that was good. Thank you.
I knew you would enjoy that tonight. That would take you back to Chattanooga Street and back to the piers there getting that crab soup. Checking out Joe DiMaggio. How you doing, Joe?
Joe DiMaggio restaurant.
Yep. How you doing, Joe?
Right,
What's
back
going on,
back in the
man?
day.
There we go.
1970s, I
Yeah.
served that guy's restaurant.
Yep. Oh, the San Francisco Seals, right? That was
I
it.
mean, that's when the wharf was really humming. I mean,
Yeah, I know,
Carnation had a
North. I'm
restaurant
sorry.
there.
Yeah.
We served Carnation, Bodine's, a bunch of the small places.
Bodine's is a ripoff now.
Oh yeah. Well, now it's all about money. Let's make the money. Everything's let's make
They
the
take
money.
that round, they scrape out about 1 inch. They put a tiny little ladle of crabs, of clam chowder. Here you go.
Enjoy.
1995.
Enjoy.
You're like,
They give you
what the-
French bread, you got to pay extra for French
No,
bread.
I don't know, but it's really, yeah, it's hard. That first hour in the morning, Judy, is brutal, right?
You can't
I'm
make
not-
a fire over there?
Well, you know me, Bobby. I might light the whole place.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
You make a fire
I might
next thing
set
you
the
know,
whole
fire
son of a
department's
bitch
out.
up, right? I have a Coleman North Star lantern that's propane that you have a little mantle on it. But I fire that up in the morning a little bit, and it gives me a little light. Because my big fear is stepping off the cliff there and going down into the rocks 12 feet below.
Yeah, that's not good.
And nobody's going to hear you for hours. It'd be like when you were in your yard when that little bastard Link, you tripped over him and nobody heard you out there for hours, right?
You know, it's not only me, but my friend Roland, his wife, he passed away, but she was in her backyard and she fell and broke her ankle, and she was there for 6 hours until the son came home. She couldn't move, and there, you know, she was yelling for help, but everybody's, you know, gone to work or whatever.
Can you see me on the rocks and the Coast Guard's gone out there just waving?
Yeah.
How you doing, man? Oh, wow, they shouldn't allow drinking up there on the cliff, right?
Kind of early
Like when
for
you were a
that.
milk guy, right? Oh, man, I'm half dead. I'd just sit there and look up at the stars and say, Lord, just take me. That's it.
If it's my time, it's my time.
Well, you know, it is what it is. But, man, that was really good tonight. I'll tell you guys.
That was very
Bobby,
good.
talk to the chat a couple minutes. Yeah, I love early morning. I really do love it.
Really good.
It's really, I'm glad you want to take some with you, or
No,
you just
no, I'm
want to
good.
savor the experience?
Yeah, I just said,
There you go.
thank you though.
Bobby's savor the experience.
Oh,
Shit.
uh-oh.
Oh, man. Oh, no. Melody, one ramekin is gone, honey.
She dropped the bowls.
Don't touch it, Bobby. I'll deal with it.
All right. She dropped the bowls and they all broke.
That thing slipped right out of my hand.
Oh.
There's one of the ramekins that Melody sent me. He's gone already. See, I can't have any good shit. Either the cat's breaking or I break it. Right? Man, that makes me mad.
Yeah, those were nice bowls.
Oh, they were more than nice, Bobby. They were too classy for this place. Too classy. Plus, I broke one of the corning bowls we had.
Oh, wow.
Damn it.
What is the weight of the bowl?
No, it just slid off the side there. Nothing.
They slid off the plate.
Yeah. What a shame. Beautiful big ramekin is gone. Bowl is gone. Damn it. I have like 2 plates in the whole fucking house.
Hey, I buy paper plates.
Yeah, Dollar Tree plate came through just fine right now.
$1.25 store.
Son of a bitch. Well, less to clean up tonight.
There you go. You don't have to wash them. That's why I say I use paper plates. Just toss them. Yeah, those are nice bowls. I tell her just buy paper plates. That's what I use. Paper plates are cheaper than paying my water bill, believe me. Melody, they're not that heavy. You know, they're a good size, maybe half a pound. But they're, you know, they're made well, nice and thick.
That's why I tell people, don't even send me stuff. It's just, I break everything up. Either I'm tripping over cats.
Slipping on the rocks in Bodega Bay.
Man, that's so upsetting.
Yeah, easy cleanup, believe me.
Oh, man. Shit.
Actually, it's kind of nice here tonight, huh? Wine country, isn't it kind of nice up at your place?
Let me tell you, those ramekins aren't cheap either.
No, they're not. And not every place has them either.
No, I looked far and wide. I finally found some smaller ones,
Yeah.
but Melody had sent me these 2 beautiful big ones. So one of them just went tits up, that's it.
Yeah, Rosie likes them.
I'm so disappointed in myself for that.
Kathleen, you go, girl. Paper bowls and paper plates.
Yeah, probably that's the solution. I don't know. This is why I can't have nice things here.
Sure you can. You know, things like that just happen. Things like that just happen.
Yeah, I mean, that was a beautiful present that lasted one day. A new outdoor record right there. One day.
One day,
That's all it lasted was one day.
your heart's in the right place. That's the important thing. That's the important thing in life.
My hands just don't work like they used to. Like a carpal tunnel.
Yeah, it was. It was almost in the 70s. Tomorrow they say, Pebbles, they say tomorrow it's going to be like the wind's going to be 40 to 50 miles an
I
hour.
hope not. It's going to be a miserable day tomorrow.
I think up in the mountains though. Somebody said, "Oh my God, here it comes, fire weather. 40, 50 mile an hour winds."
Well, it's probably dry enough now to do that, so. Right?
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, Melody, I wasted your present.
I know. I don't like the wind either. Yeah. Well, maybe the wind will blow the leaves out of your backyard.
Trying to have something elegant around here, and there we go. It's not working.
Melody says, "Don't worry, she'll send you more."
Well, it's bad for Melody. She already sent him, and it just, how guilty do I feel because of Butterfingers?
Naomi, I don't think it's going to be too windy in Oakdale. But don't you get that fog down there, that Thule fog? Wet leaves. Wet leaves are the worst.
Plus, that's an almost impossible size to find in a ramekin.
That size?
Larger one.
Those bowls are almost what, a pint size?
Yeah, they're really good.
It has. Especially after last week when it was in the 30s and then now it warms up. I'm like an old dog. I like to sit in the backyard in the sun. 45 degrees, no wind. Well, the last few days it's been almost in the 70s with no wind. But
I don't know, Bobby. I tell Melody, honey, I love you. It's just not even worth it to send it, right? It's just, good things just don't last around here, unfortunately. As much as that's like one of the greatest things I've gotten this year, and I destroyed it in one day. Plus I busted one of the corning rolls too. That was, on the plus side, the super's good, you know.
what's the plus size?
I said on the plus side, the soup was good.
Yes, it was. It was excellent. Excellent.
No, they're what you sent was outstanding. It's just my fingers don't work the way they used to. So, oh man, I couldn't see across this. So I don't want that wind to be whipping tomorrow out there. They were outstanding. You can't find them locally, ramekins that size out there. They were amazing. You're hoping it'll be clear and cold. I think next Thursday and Friday. Not this one. There's like a few raindrops in the forecast or something.
yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
but that's subject to change. A week and a half is a million years in terms of trying to predict the weather and all that. All of a sudden, Vegas went like, we're going to have freeze warnings and stuff. I'm like, always when I go down, right? It's like,
It's either 110 or freezing.
it's either 131 degree ground temperature or it's freezing and windy. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just crazy. The large ramekins are just amazing. I mean, there's, I would have rather busted one of the smaller ones that I bought over at Sur La Table. So, they have a nice store over in Montgomery Village over there.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, big one. They also have cooking classes that they do.
Wow.
Next to Monty's or whatever, used to be over there, and Sea Tie or whatever the hell it is over there. Oh, Naomi sent some Tapatio hot sauce to me.
Hot sauce.
She sent me cocktail sauce before, and then she sent Tapatio hot sauce. Tapatio being my favorite hot sauce. Some people prefer chalupa. I like the Tapatio. I like the Tapatio. They're not too heavy. It's just, you shouldn't stack up dishes and then trip on the rug here, okay? That's the thing. It's not the dishes, it's the dish handler that's the problem here. That's it.
That's why Rosie never worked in a restaurant.
I did, but only on the cook side, never on the serving side. So, that was absolutely, I learned a lot doing that, but I wouldn't be on the serving side of stuff with dishes all stacked up and everything. So, doesn't happen too often, but often enough to be a pain in the ass, that's for sure. I'm going back to Las Vegas Friday morning early. I'm leaving LA. I'm going to LA on Friday, and then Sunday late morning I'm driving to Las Vegas. So it's like a 4.5 hour drive from LA. Everybody will be leaving LA, so it's a good time It's a good time. Well, Melody, you're awful sweet, honey, because I sure as hell don't deserve them. But there's something that's not so totally available locally here, and ramekins in that kind of size are perfect to make like small lemon meringue pies and things like that. It's great. They are the best of the best of the best. So I'm going to take my metal detector to Los Angeles, see if I can find some stuff around there, like in Koreatown. I found that 1912 $50 and some other stuff down there.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't
1912?
trip over a cat. Yeah. That's the year the Titanic went down. How long that had been in the ground there?
1912.
Yeah. How long had that been ground? Then I realized nobody metal detects LA. It's so urbanized now they don't even think about it. So.
Oh yeah.
Well, you're very sweet, Melody, and I apologize for destroying the present that you sent me. But you've been on the channel for a year, and Bobby will tell you, you get used to it after.
Yeah.
Right? It's all part of my life, right? You get used to it. You come to expect it here, so that's why we're built on dollar stores. So. Guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and close it out now for the night. I wanted to put this nice dish in front of Bobby this evening. At least that turned out really good, Bobby. And I'm going to get some extra sleep tonight. I might be
Good night,
battling.
everybody.
Yeah, thank you, Bobby. I might be battling brutal weather conditions tomorrow. I'm not sure. All of a sudden, that came out of nowhere, Bobby. They just totally changed the forecast for that.
I know, huh?
I mean, what the hell's that all about?
Thank you for dinner.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Sorry
Be
it turned
safe.
into a
Be
fiasco.
safe in Vegas.
All right, love you.
I love you too.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. And for my moderator, I really, really thank you. If not, it'll be taken in here. Don't worry about it. So I love you guys. Thanks so much for watching
Bye now.
tonight. Thumbs up or appreciated.